Ford Motor has provided volunteer support for not only on our boards and committees, but in many unsung activities, like having painting projects. They continue to sponsor this fall season of the opera, and they've sponsored it ever since we opened the Opera House in '96, and that season includes our current production of Stephen Sondheim's A Little Night Music, which I hope you'll all take the chance to come and see. It's a delight. But tonight we celebrate Ford Motor Company as an outstanding corporate citizen and its incredible impact on so many sectors of our community. But what's important is that Ford understands that the arts and culture is an indispensable component of the quality of life for all of our citizens. Congratulations, Ford Motor Company, on your Legacy Award.
Accepting the 2009 Arts Legacy Award for Ford Motor Company and the Ford Motor Company Fund is Lynn Quigley, Manager, Community Relations, Ford Motor Company Fund.
On behalf of Ford Motor Company and Ford Motor Company Fund, thank you so much for the honor and the recognition. Ford's support of the arts has been steadfast and deep. I wanted to see if I could find out our earliest recording of sponsorship or support, and it dated back to Edsel Ford's support of the DIA, first through staff support, and also when he commissioned Diego Rivera to create the Detroit industry murals that we all love and appreciate. So we've been supporters for many years. We really believe that the arts have the ability to transform, educate, and inspire, and as long as we're able, we will continue to support the arts. Thank you.
We're honored to have a second closing performance tonight by the talented young actors of Mosaic Youth Theater of Detroit. But before we experience their final performance, I'd like to introduce Rick Sperling, the founder and CEO of Mosaic Youth Theater, for a few words about Mosaic and the amazing work that they do to impact the lives of youth across Detroit. Rick?
Talk about Mosaic's impact. Hopefully, you'll get a chance to find out about more about us. But really, these young people who are on stage represent young people throughout the state of Michigan who the arts makes an incredible impact on their lives every day. As a young person, the arts changed my life, and I want to call out all the organizations that I know, and I'm sure I'm going to be leaving out a few, who dedicate themselves every day to making the arts accessible and powerful for young people, and I want to thank them for their passionate commitment to this, even in these difficult times. So I want to call out Michigan Youth Arts Festival, the Bowl YMCA, the Detroit Children's Museum, VSA Arts Michigan, Pewabic Pottery, Sphinx, Inside Out, Literary Arts Project, the Arts League of Michigan, Matrix Theater Company, the College for Creative Studies, Compass, Arts and Scraps, the Henry Ford, Heritage Works, the Heidelberg Project, University Musical Society, Access, the DSO, the DIA, the MOT, University of Michigan, MSU, and Wayne State. Thank you for all you do.
As IGNITE09 draws to a close, I'd like to introduce our final speaker, Kenneth C. Fisher, President of the University Musical Society at the University of Michigan. And I have to say that as we considered the possibilities of who that right person could be that would draw this program to a compelling close, I could think of none better than our dear friend Ken. Ken has served as president at UMS since 1987. And under his leadership, UMS has greatly expanded and diversified its programming and audiences, deepened engagement with the university in Southeast Michigan, created exemplary partnerships with leading corporations, arts organizations, educational institutions, and community organizations. He currently chairs the Board of Directors of National Arts Strategies and the National Advisory Board of the Strategic National Arts Alumni Project, the Interlochen Center for the Arts, Arts Midwest, the Cultural Alliance of Southeastern Michigan, Sphinx Organization, and Ann Arbor Spark. But to those who know Ken and work with him, we know that he brings with him always an immeasurable passion for the arts and the capacity of the arts to transform lives, places, and our world. Join me in welcoming Ken Fisher for our closing remarks and call to action.
Well, what a treat to be here, and I want to thank David for making the trip in and for your inspiring words. Tim and Skidmore for that inspiring video. Rick and these kids for their inspiring performances. And Neville for your very practical and, exciting project. I mean, this is going to be wonderful, and I want to be one of the first to sign up. But I want to first tip my hand to these three auto companies and just say a brief word about what they've done for us. For Chrysler, it was 10 years ago when you supported the Berlin Philharmonic coming to the state of Michigan. It was part of a 9-city tour that included Moscow, Bonn, Paris, London, New York, Chicago, Boston, Washington, and Ann Arbor. And the day after, I got an email from the president of the Berlin Philharmonic, and he said, "Ken, we love it in Michigan. And here's why. You were the smallest town, but you had the largest crowd of any of the cities on the tour. When we looked out in the audience, we saw a lot of young people, and we didn't see that anywhere else. You were the only place that let us play Schoenberg, because everybody else was afraid of it. And you were the only place that hosted us in a home. Midwest hospitality." And what he said is, "We want to come back." And Chrysler, you set the table 10 years ago, and next Tuesday night in Ann Arbor, the Berlin Philharmonic comes back again on a tour that's commemorating the fall of the wall, which just 20th anniversary took place last night. So I thank you, Chrysler, for enabling some of the greatest art in the world to come to our community. Thank you, Chrysler. Now, Ann eloquently talked about General Motors and their contribution to the arts. I just want to simply say what you did for our university when we sought to defend our position on affirmative action. General Motors was the first company to come and say, "We'll be your friend in this defense." And with you, you brought a number of other companies that not only provided that moral support, but the financial support. So I want to say tonight, thank you for that courageous decision a long time ago that enabled us to successfully defend in the Supreme Court our position on affirmative action. Thank you for that bold decision, General Motors. And to our friends at Ford, they've been supporting for the last 15 years our education program. And certainly that has been talked about by David, what it is that you've done for this community. I just want to point out something that happened last year that really touched me. And that's when the head of the Ford Fund called all of those CEOs of the organizations with which they'd had their longest affiliations. He got on the phone. I know he tracked me down in Kansas. And he just said, "Ken, we love the organizations that we support. But the fact is our budget has been cut in half. We're not going to be able to do what we've done for you in the past. But we're going to continue our support at whatever level we can." I can't tell you what that meant to me and to the others that we got a personal phone call about that at the time we did, enabling us to plan for the future. So I thank you for your loyalty and for your generosity over many years, Ford Motor Company.